Welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cameras Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood, and I'm here with Henri Bassil with his movie Expire. Let's take a look at a clip.
Radical friends of yours that you obviously support, and I'm just asking, do you
The world is going crazy.
of an Islamic caliphate of either convert or die? Do you support that? It's a simple question.
Less the chances of some of the worst impacts of climate change being faced.
Actually, you know what? Could you just turn it off?
Oh, sure thing.
And the
Thank you.
Firstly, Henri, thank you so much for coming in all the way from Beirut to be with us and showing your amazing, talented film that we all very much enjoy. But for those that haven't seen Expire, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
Expire is about a young man who, a young businessman who rushes into a cab, thinking that he's heading home, and the driver actually has a surprise for him. So
He certainly does have a surprise. I don't think I've ever seen a film where I've been so sort of like, it's a short film, but I was so fascinated with the story that it did just kind of leave me wanting more. Like I was like, what is happening here? What is going on here? And you know, it's an incredible achievement when you can do that in 5 minutes, I think as well. But where did your kind of inspiration come for making the film?
So the film is about death basically, and I'm not gonna say death inspired me, but being born in Beirut at the beginning of the civil war and living throughout the whole 15 years of war, I was kind of surrounded by death one way or another, not just me, but all people who lived there. And I also lost my father when I was very young, so death has really been a very big question mark in my head. It is to a lot of people, but to me it took a bigger proportion.
Yeah.
So I've always been a curious person as well, and I don't like mysteries, and death is a big one.
Yeah.
Why are we here? Why do we stay for so long, some longer than other?
Yeah.
Why some people who deserve to stay leave and the other way around? So lots of unanswered questions, and I wanted to do a short film, a quick one, very straight to the point, no beating around the bush, about that with a little morale.
Yeah,
at
well,
the end,
it was wonderfully articulated, and you also have the pleasure. We had our casting director Lindsay, who flew in from New York as well, and you had a great cast as well that had to capture those moments so in such a pinpoint kind of perspective, because you really had to deliver like instantaneously what was going on, what the feelings were. So how was that process for you, putting the cast together?
Well, it started off as the moment I decided to do this one in Beirut, and I really wanted it to be an international film, a film that everybody could watch, and that starts with English, whether we like it or not. You want to talk to the rest of the world in a film, it helps being in English. So it started with that starting point, and then I needed to fly in cast and find a casting director, and a friend of a friend put me in contact with Lindsay, who helped me out with casting. Once she read the script, she interviewed me over Skype, asking me who I was. She really needed to see how serious I was about the thing. I got the right answers, so I think she decided to help me. I have my own production house in Beirut, so also that gave me a bit of credibility. She could see my work, she could see the work of my production company. She met with the producers who were going to be on board over Skype, always, of course. And we started a casting process, like for any short film, over Skype, again, sending me videos.
Skype is the way forward, isn't it, for putting things together in a global way. What would you kind of say was possibly some of your biggest challenges, Henri, in making the film?
I would say the casting, of course, because this film is about two guys in a car.
Yeah.
So there isn't much to focus on besides acting. I come from an advertising background. I'm a commercial director. In advertising, you don't really focus on acting. So it's secondary, basically. It's more about the visual treatment and selling something. So I knew that this was going to be my challenge. I knew that people around me were waiting to see if I would succeed or not. And I knew that this is where I had to put all my weight, all my focus. And I got lucky. I found two guys that were really good and that were interested in, because it wasn't only about finding the right actors, it was about finding the right actors who would accept to fly to Beirut. You know, Beirut has such a difficult image to sell to somebody who's far away from the US, for instance. And I found two guys who were very excited about the idea. They just asked, is there like a war in the next couple of months? No, not that I know of. So okay, we'll come.
Well, you can always invite me as long as you go out to eat in some of the most amazing restaurants. I'll be happy to come anytime. But you know, listen, I mean, it's great. I feel like, you know, your visual treatment, as you say, you know, of what you have as, you know, working in advertising commercially, you know, I think it really shows in the film. But you also, on top of that, had really fantastic acting. It was a really, you know, solid performance. What is next? What is next for you, Henri?
I've already finished two scripts of feature films. One that takes place in Lebanon and another one that takes place in France. So Expire was for me to prove to myself that I can do something longer than 30 seconds, that I can tell a story, that I can work with the actors. That was the best part of it, and hopefully it will help me find the money I need for one of the features.
Well, we need to make it happen, Henri, and certainly you more than proved yourself. I think it's a really wondrous film, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing your features. And congratulations on Expire, and please keep up to date with all the stuff that you're doing as well. But thank you very much.
Thank you for
having me. Appreciate it. Oh, of course. Thank you.
you.
That's it. We're good.